Hello, how are you? Happy Sunday. There I am. Yay. Let's see. Here we go. Perfect. Hello and happy Sunday. I hope this finds you doing amazing. I am popping on, like I have announced a few times here on the page, to chit chat a little bit about some energy that's been coming in with regards to the upcoming week, some things that I would love to support you with focusing on, some things that I would love for you to begin to embrace. And hopefully, we will also have some time at the end to just chat together. It's been a minute since I've been live here on the page, just like this. We're live often for the show, but just to have a conversation, you and me, about how things are going, where you might need some support, how I might be of support for you. The guides were really chatty this morning as I sat and leaned into the energy that's presented for the week ahead, and kind of just went into a bit of the information that was coming in, or the energy that was presenting itself. What I mean by that is, it's very interesting to me where we find ourselves. It's like sitting on the cusp of some amazing, epic, awesome, wonderful energy that has the potent potential to do some big things for us as a collective, but us as individuals as well. And so we really want to be able to navigate and make use of, I guess is how we'll say it, make use of. There we go. I want to make sure I can see all the things that are happening. We really want to make use of the energy that we have right now for us, because it's extremely potent and it has the potential to really support us as we start to bring energy for 2023 to an end, and as we begin to really embrace, step up, step into the energy of 2024. Yeah, it's going to be a really good conversation. So as you pop on, please say hello. Let me know that you are here. I believe we're streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So if you are on one of those platforms, I'm sure you have to be on one of those platforms, wherever you are finding me, be sure to say hello and make sure that you let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm excited. I made some notes, so I'm going to bring those up so that I don't go off on a tangent like I generally like to do. I like to be everywhere in all the places. Let's not do that, shall we? Let's keep this where we need to keep this, shall we? Okay. So when I sat this morning and asked specifically what this energy was that was presenting itself for us to make use of, the energy was hope. The energy was hope. And it's very interesting because I asked for a bit more context around that, right? Because hope, we need hope. I think we can go for a lot of different areas. Hi, Eleni. A lot of different spaces in our world, a lot of different areas in our lives where we might need a little bit of hope. Hi, Ms. Kim. Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever I find you. I mean, there's definitely no doubt that we could all use a bit more hope. And when I sit with the energy of what that looks like, or when I sit in the energy of what I know hope to be, hope is almost like anticipation energy. I like the word anticipation more than I like hope, but we want to use this energy nonetheless, because when hope is in the room, it's easy for us to begin to have faith. We have to hope. We have to have hope that something can shift or something can change. We have to have hope that the things that we want to bring into our worlds are accessible to us, that they are feasible, that they are, I want to use the word realistic, but more real, so that we can make them reality within our lives. And so as I channeled with the guides this morning, one of the phrases that came through, statements, is that God's not done yet. God's not done yet. If you're breathing, you're still needed here, as Eleni says, on planet Earth. If you're still breathing, you're still needed. And it feels, we've talked about this conversation. We've had a conversation. We've talked about resilience fatigue, and we've talked about compassion fatigue, and we've talked about, being strong for such an extended period of time that sometimes that can really create this sense of hopelessness when we look at our lives, when we look at the world around us, and when we do know from our deepest space within that we're meant to be support systems here. We're meant to be warriors, light workers, healers, right? We're here to do big things in this world. But after such a period of time of feeling like we've been stretching ourselves and healing ourselves and, working on things that is just like, and we want to honor that because you have come such a long way. But God's not done yet. And I feel many people are looking for that anchor, perhaps, looking for that side rail, perhaps, looking for the, what do they call the life preserver of sorts to hang on to. Give me something to hang on to. Give me some glimmer, sign, synchronicity that lets me know that this is God's way right now, even though we don't understand it, even though we don't see it. If you're someone that's been really feeling the anxiety energy around, if you're someone that's been really feeling, maybe the depression energy is present in the room for you. Maybe you've just felt so much pressure to show up, pressure to perform, pressure to get it all situated, figured out, done, planned out. Like there's pressure in the room. It's going to restrict the flow of the divine in the room. We don't want to do that. When we are working with spirit, we have this sense within us of hope. There's this sense of anticipation. And it's easier for us to be in a stream of faith that what we are feeling is real, that what we're feeling we can work with, and that we are not actually alone. And as I asked for more sight around that, I feel a lot of people feel alone. Not quite sure where to go, not quite sure where to turn, not quite sure what to make of it, not quite sure what to say anymore, not quite sure how to feel. And some might look at that from a space of, wow, uncertainty. But I don't. I look at it from a space of like a clean slate. I look at it from a place of, being ready for the next level. But we have to get clear. We have to get clear about where we want that next level to take us. You co-create with the universe, but many of us, and I've checked myself around this quite a few times over the past few months, many of us feel like we have to do it all on our own. Many of us have had the control check, right? Like, are you trying to control this all on your own, or are you going to take a step aside and let the universe come in? Are you going to trust the divine process and the divine creation or the divine path, perhaps? And so mile markers is something that came up in vision this morning, and I thought that's really cool because mile markers keep us on the track. That keep us on the path. They let us know where we are along the journey, right? And mile markers can be ones that we should often be stopping to reflect upon. How far have you come over the past 5 years, 4 years, 3 years? 3 years have been intense for all of us collectively, right? How far have you come? Where have you been? What are the mile markers that you can see, that you remember? We want to create new mile markers as well because those help us stay on task. Those help us, know where we are along the way. We were gifted with this life and we were gifted with the vision, we knew that we would be able to tap back into source anytime we needed to. We knew that we would create with source, that we wouldn't come down by ourselves without some sort of a connection already established that we could go to inwardly to remind ourselves of where we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to do, who we're supposed to become. And when we start to bring that in, leaning into the connection, but bringing spirit in, this is where we get our insight. This is where we get some wisdom. This is where we have some creative juice, so to speak, that starts to flow, where we get excited about what we could create. We get excited about what our creations could do here in the physical world. We know it's heart-based when it's not just about us. We know that when we do something amazing, it's going to benefit our families, our loved ones, our friends. That's when you know it's service. There's service motivation behind it. It's not just the ego. So we really want to start looking at that as we begin to close this year and as we begin to get excitement energy pouring through for 2024. 2024 is a very big energy. It's a very big energy. I think it's a lot of energy people have been waiting for, to feel it, to sense it, to see it, to have it work in their lives, moving, pieces start happening to come together, shifts and changes we've been praying for, they're starting to be realized. We've been waiting for this, but we can't walk into this exhausted. We can't walk into this tired. We want to walk into this with hope. See, hope gets us in our present moment now, where we can start to see things very clearly. We want to be mindful of the distractions we've had in place, mindful of the distractions we often go to when we want to numb because we're not happy. No more numbing, because there's going to be no more lack of happiness when you start taking ownership for your position. God readied you to be here. God entrusted you with life to be here. That's a privilege and an honor. It isn't something to just let go. When we consider this coming year, what is at the tip of the tongue? What is at the forefront of your heart? What can you create with this energy? What can you bring forth like no one else can, because you are unique? There are things that you possess that no one else possesses. There are ideas that you have that no one else is having. There is an impact that you are meant to have with those around you and for yourself that no one else can make. We want to get really, really serious. Serious from a space of creation, not serious from a space of pressure. We want to bring a little bit of fun into the conversation. We want to tap into our inner child that allows us to just put that daydream picture on so that we can see it through. But again, if you have forgotten that you're in charge, if you've forgotten that you're the one and only one that can make the changes, if you've forgotten how far you've come and all the things wound-wise you've already stepped into healing around, if you've forgotten this, then you're forgetting the power you possess in the moment. And right around this time every year, we launch the yearly previews. We sit with people in December and January, and we really look at, what the new year holds, because there's so much value in being able to look at a year in advance and go month by month with the energy that's presenting for you uniquely, and to sit with it long enough to really plan. If you're someone that's wanted to take trips, if you're someone that's wanted to launch a new business, if you're someone that is in business and you want to launch a new program or a new course, or you want to take your business in a totally different direction, if you're someone that's been doing some deep inner work and you're ready to step into a new relationship, if you're someone that's been struggling with your health and things are on the mend and you're wondering what that's going to look like and how to keep yourself in tow in the next year, this is something to lean into. Because when we can gain a bit of clarity, we're not looking to predict it in full. We want to have a little bit of clarity so that we know what we are working with in anticipation. We always leave room for spirit. It's always this or something better. But when you can navigate and go month by month in a year in advance, you have something to look forward to. You start building energy way far in advance so that that's primed. You have a map of sorts that lets you know, okay, here's where I said I was in my mile markers. Here's when I said I was going to take care of this so that I could step more fully into this so that I could see this be realized. Sometimes it takes prepping, strategizing, planning. So when I sat with, again, this program or package, so to speak, it's a package for this year, and I said I'm going to open up my schedule and I'm going to do some yearly previews for the next year. We do them every year. I asked my guides to support with how we could expand those experiences. People love these. This is one of my most popular packages because people want to know, people want to create, people want to get excited, and they want to look forward to things. But sometimes people don't know what to do with it. They don't know what's blocking them in this moment from realizing all that the new year holds for them. They feel the lack, they feel the unworthiness, they feel the depletion. So when I sat with the guides and I really considered what I wanted to be able to offer in regards to the year previews, they spoke about making sure that we also included tools. We also included meditation. We also included strategy, because it's one thing to see everything and get really excited about it, but to be able to implement something, to be able to sit with and look at how to harness the creative energy within you, map it out, plan it out, strategize it. It creates more confidence. It creates more certainty of execution. That's the thing that, in my opinion, over the past few years of offering this, that's been lacking. And so this year, we're actually creating a one-day immersion out of these previews. We're going to meet for about 90 minutes to 2 hours in the morning, and we're going to reflect on 2023 because there are jewels. There are gems of content, information. There's already a massive amount of healing that I know you've already worked yourself through. We need to take all you've learned. We need to make sure that that's embodied. We're going to look at 2024. And again, we're going each month from January to December, taking a look at what you can look forward to and when it would be best for you to create, best for you to welcome in a relationship, best for you to increase money and prosperity, best for you to launch the business or the new career opportunity. We're going to go month by month so that you can see things unfold just a little bit. Because again, I can't stress it enough. We leave room for spirit. When you map out your journey, I'll use me for an example. When I put my map on to go to Virginia to see my daughter, I know what route I'm going to take. I know what states I'm going to move through. But I let God show me the scenery. I let God show me the things on my 5-hour trip that I'm meant to see. Whether it's the numbers, whether it's the phrases, the license plate game is fun for me. Often we pass people with some inspirational text on their license plate. I let God fill it in. But I know where I'm starting and where I'm going. I know what my destination is. And there's a lot of power in that. I want to support people with knowing where their destination is for 2024. I want to help you understand all of what you've done thus far that's going to support you with achieving the dreams, achieving the accomplishments, achieving the next level of expansion for your soul so that it can do the greatest co-creative expression for the divine that it can. So we'll spend, again, a good portion of the morning reflecting and reviewing what's coming up. And then in the afternoon, we'll come back together again. You'll have your questions. You will have sat with what we have done. This is where the healing comes through. Because I can show you the most epic year you will ever have. But if you're in fear that you're not going to be able to receive that you're not going to be able to maintain that, if you've got issues with responsibility or discipline, yeah, we're going to clear that stuff. I'm going to help you see why no one else can do what you can do. I'm going to help you begin to feel the connection that you have with spirit so that you know your pilot, your co-pilot along your journey. We're going to make sure that we do the energetic work so that you can raise your vibration and begin to really know from within you that all of this can be accomplished and more. I'm going to make sure that you have what you need. I'm going to make sure that everything has been looked at, channeled around. It's not just me, it's spirit. We'll bring spirit in the room. Anything that you need to do some healing around, we'll do. Anything that you've got a little bit of hesitation around, we're going to review. And you're going to walk away from this day experience knowing what's coming your way, knowing that you're going to be able to do all of that and more. So these one-day immersions, because they are a full day, needed to be limited. So we're only going to be offering these for December and January. And the day itself is $997. You can make payments through Afterpay if that's something that you like to break it up into multiple different types of ways. You can certainly do that. You can pay for it in full, or you can make other arrangements. We could always discuss those if you're in need of that. It does need to be paid before we can get you in the schedule because it's first come, first serve. We have some people looking into the schedule for this week because we were serious about offering this right away. I want to help you now gain the clarity if you're feeling a little foggy. I want to help you gain the clarity if there's a little bit of confusion right now. I want to help boost your energy so that if you're feeling a little bit of fatigue around the resilience or around the compassion, we're going to start to really reacclimate you. We're going to support you with tapping into the fire that's within you so that you can create with potential, with passion, with influence, with power. You're the only one that can create happiness. But it does feel and it does support you to have someone that can see your blind spots. For me, sometimes it's this perpetuating cycle in the journal, right? I've reviewed this again and again and again. What am I missing? Spirit, what am I missing? What more can I be doing? What more do I need to shift or change? This perpetuating in a journal. The best of us can have that be something we get caught up in. And so when you have somebody looking at the blinders, calling you out or going even deeper into the places that you're a little bit of having a little bit of fear around, this is what's going to make the impact. This is what's going to make the shifts and changes. So I'm really excited to offer these. Again, they are one-day experiences. We spend some time in the morning going over everything and anything, like I said, reflecting on 2023, looking at 2024, getting really clear on what needs to take place in the now to clear the energy, to get you motivated, to get you ready to see this through. And then we come together again in the afternoon to really do the energetic work, the healing work. We'll do journeys if we need to, meditation if we need to. We'll strategize so that you have the tips, the tools, and the techniques to make it happen. I'm really, really excited about these. So if this is something that you're interested in, if this is going to help you along your mile markers, knowing God's not done with you, but getting a bit of a hit on what's coming your way so that you can do the best work, these are going to be really exciting. So make sure you reach out. You can send me a private message if you need more information. I'm going to drop the link in here. I don't have it right now at the moment. Forgive me. I'm going to drop the link in here so that you have it. I thought I had it right here, but I don't. I apologize. I'll make sure that I get it in here so that you can, but you can always send a private message. You can always visit JacquelineHopper.com and do the contact form, and we will get you hooked up with whatever it is that you need so that you can step into this. Again, they're offered in December and January. We're limiting them to 8 people. So if this is something that you're interested in, please reach out sooner than later so that we can get you situated. I'm excited for this. These are one of my favorite things to do. And with all this extra time to be with you in your energy, oh, it's just going to be so good. You're going to walk away knowing that you've got this next year in the bag. It's an 8-year nonetheless. So it's all around abundance. It's all around, the prosperity energy, the wealth energy, and how you can really feel it, sense it, see it, and have it unfold for you in your world. So I'm excited. If you have any questions, again, please reach out, DM me. If you're interested, definitely send a link. I'll send a link to you so that you can get yourself all secured and sorted. And yeah, we've got some sessions this week if you want to get into it right away. I thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday, taking some time to chit chat with me. Any questions, post them in the comment section below, and I'll be back to answer those for you. Thank you again, and have a great afternoon.